This new version of the Bloodline, this Roman Reignless version of the Bloodline absolutely sucks. And it's about to get even worse as it is being speculated that Solo Sikoa will be adding a new member to his version of the Bloodline. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And just when you think things could not get worse, we have Solo Sikoa acting like a cheap-ass version of Roman Reigns, doing everything that Roman Reigns did, but in a more boring way. We've got Tama Tonga coming in to be the right-hand man of Solo Sikoa, trying to be Jey Uso, but nowhere near it. We have the other guy, Langatoa or Langatanga, whatever he's called, just a guy that cannot throw a fucking working punch. Don't know which member of the old Bloodline he's supposed to be. Is it Jobber Jimmy or is it Boring Sikoa? We don't know, but we're going to get a fourth member, yes. And it's Tama Tonga's brother, Hikuelo. Now, I don't know who Hikuelo is, but it is being reported that he is set to finish up with New Japan Pro Wrestling this month, and then he will be added to the Bloodline storyline. So look, this is like the fourth guy coming in, and it seems like every new member just gets worse. I mean, you've got Solo, who sucks, then you've got Tama Tonga, who is worse than Solo, but then you had that next guy come in, the Loa Tanga guy that apparently didn't have a visa, couldn't get into certain countries. Maybe he couldn't get into certain countries because he's absolutely shite. Maybe that's the reason he couldn't get in. And now we've got a fourth guy. So if this pattern continues, how bad's this next guy, Hikuelo, going to be?
There could be a fifth guy. Jacob Fatu's already signed to the company. So what are they going to do with him? They're going to bring them both in at the same time. But you're sticking on the topic of blood. This is one faction that needs a blood transfusion. It doesn't need these jobbers though. It needs Roman Reigns and The Rock.
See,
pure blood.
I thought Roman Reigns was boring. I thought the Bloodline was boring a lot, to be honest, when Roman Reigns was in it. But they've took it to the next level.
No, they have.
And it makes you appreciate Roman Reigns now. It's one of those weird things. Now that Roman Reigns isn't here, and you see how bad this faction is without him, you're like, can we just get Roman back?
These guys make Roman Reigns and the Usos look like Hogan and the Outsiders.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's not even an exaggeration.
Anyway, Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net reported the following about Hikuelo coming in to WWE. He said, quote, "I can now confirm that is indeed the case. Hikuelo's final date with New Japan Pro Wrestling was June 9th, 2024 at Dominion. After speaking to sources within the company, it is also believed that he is headed to WWE to presumably join his family in the current Bloodline story." End of quote. So, I mean, we're getting this next guy coming in, and it just doesn't do anything for me. This means Solo Sikoa's Bloodline is going to be at 4. So that's the number we will have. If you take Roman Reigns' Bloodline and you add in the Usos and The Rock, that would also give you 4. Could we be getting a Survivor Series match, a War Games match? Would The Rock come back for that? Is that a possibility? Is that something that could happen? I don't know. Or could we probably not get The Rock and Roman Reigns will just bring in Johnny Fatu or Jacob Fatu,
My
whatever
problem
that
with
guy
that
is.
is, right, it's like, say that 4-on-4 match happens, say The Rock and Roman Reigns win, alright, which they should win.
Well, how could they not?
Yeah, but then what do the rest do? Because those guys won't be appearing. So does these 4 bums that Solo's aligned himself with, they just have to leave the company? Because they're the ones that are going to have to appear.
I would send them to NXT.
Send them to NXT.
NXT level up. Send them to TNA. You want a working relationship with TNA? Take all these jabroni Samoans that suck.
It gets called out about the NWO, right? How bad that got in WWE. The NWO at its worst fucking smokes this current Bloodline, man.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels, Nash, Booker T, Big Show, and X-Pac. That's not great, by the way. It's a mess, that version.
Even if you count the original Bloodline, I think they've got worse with every single added member.
Yeah, I mean,
because Jey Uso was the first member, was he not? Or was he? Was he not the first, then Jimmy came back?
Yeah.
So I believe in order of the Bloodline, in terms of members being added...
We're not counting The Rock, then?
No, we're not counting The Rock, and we're probably not going to count Sami Zayn either. It's Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and then Longatoa, whatever he's called. And when you look at those 6, I mean that's probably the order of best to worst. So yeah, history doesn't speak well for the Bloodline. Based on that trajectory, this new guy that comes in is probably going to shit the bed. Probably just going to be another no-name Samoan that maybe he's got like a wee tattoo in his chest and we're supposed to pretend that the guy's great. Well,
it's almost like they're that bad. They have to add a new member every month. Like it's like, oh, we have to like reinvent this every month because it's not working. No, see by the end of the year, man, how many members are going to be in this?
No, too many for my liking.
Yeah. Pathetic.
Right, anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on Hikuelo, or whatever he's called. I've never heard of him. I didn't know he existed. I can't really comment too much on him, but for me, this Bloodline story, I mean, it's going nowhere. It fucking sucks. People are saying it's so boring. They're saying Paul Heyman can't save this shit. They want Roman Reigns to come back. They want The Rock to come back. Even if you take The Rock out the equation, even if it's just Roman Reigns and the Usos taking on this version, how lopsided is that? How can you even try and portray that as like an even fight or a competitive fight? It just doesn't work.
No, I think The Rock needs
It's not like NWO Black and White versus NWO Wolfpack where you had fucking great members in both factions. I mean, it's like everyone in Solo's version of the Bloodline, the best member in Solo's Bloodline is worse than the worst member of the original Bloodline. And I'm actually including Solo in that. Because I think Solo was better in the original Bloodline than he is in this one. Probably because he didn't really do anything. He just stood there. Now he's taking over leadership roles and you're just like, he's not the guy.
He was muscle.
He is not the fucking guy. Anyway, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. New member getting added here to the Bloodline. But this Bloodline is no longer pure. It's been watered down. Maybe we should call it the Waterline. Anyway, that's it. Till next time. Peace.